Are you sensing a bit of a theme? It's definitely getting outside, is it not?
Oh my gosh, we are all ready to start living outdoors, spending all our time out there. We've been talking a lot about outdoor space and trends.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk about both.
Let's do that.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the trends that we're seeing indoors and why not incorporate them into outdoors.
Okay.
So one of the big trends we're seeing right now is lost paradise.
Yes.
And this is the idea that we all need that space that we can retreat to because, you know, we're all so busy and everybody's on devices all the time, and you just want that space you can get away and just really relax and chill.
Okay.
So, and it's funny because I often ask friends, I'm like, how long could you go without your phone? Oh. So what do you think? Could you do a whole night?
Well, I definitely go all night without my phone. I don't do not all weekend. That's tough because I don't even wear a watch anymore, right? Like the phone is the time, it's the weather, it's my calendar, it's everything.
My timer when I'm cooking. Yes. It's a lot of things. So, so that idea is the idea of, you know, this oasis. So if you look at some of the rugs we have here, these are beautiful outdoor rugs. They're all synthetic, so they're great with weather. Good. There are lots of colors. So this one, you know, the green leaves, it's like getting away to the oasis. The bright colors, you know, it reminds you of being at the seashore. Yes. So it is that idea of escape.
It's beautiful. Okay, so the second trend, what do you have for us?
The second trend is golden days.
Golden days,
so, and this is a little bit about nostalgia. Yeah. And I think we talk about things like, oh, reading a book or reading a newspaper or the idea of those little vintage hits. And, you know, some of the trends we were seeing earlier on the show, like the blushes and those softer colors and, you know, that soft palette, that's kind of that nostalgia. Yeah. And so what we're seeing here is a little more tone on tone, but classic designs, patterns we've seen, like the lattice, the Greek key, something that's just, there's simplicity to it and calmness to it.
You see tradition every time you see the darker blues and the grays. It sort of brings you back in time. So it's just funny that reading a newspaper is now nostalgia. But it's the truth, right?
Yeah, and I still love a newspaper. Like I still circle things or rip things out.
The crossword.
Yeah, it's really fun. And so one of the things that's really interesting about some of the collections you might be noticing is that, for example, in our Oasis collection, we have a small rug, a big rug, some pillows. Yes. So this is the easy rug from Korhani. And so what's interesting about this is that it comes packaged and ready to go, because we're busy people, and this way you don't have to try and accessorize on your own. You pick this up, it's convenient, and it's easy for storing for winter too.
Lovely, because it comes in its own little bag. Yeah. I think that's great. And in terms of another trend, we're going to be talking about Splendor.
Splendor.
And what's that all about?
This is all about the idea of diversity and mixing cultures and color and happiness and life-affirming motifs. And so what I love is, like, this rug to me is just pure happiness. Yes. Like, doesn't it make you happy?
It's bright, it's vibrant, it's cheery. It is.
And so, you know, so many of our spaces, you know, particularly in North America, we're fairly safe. We do a lot of, you know, grays and creams and soft, and, you know, we might accessorize with some color. Yeah. But, you know, the outdoor space is that place where you can really have some fun. You know, really ramp it up. And embrace it. Embrace it. And then you can also have, so some of these, again, are collections where you have the reversible pillows. Lovely. And so it's really nice to be able to do this. And I don't know if you know, some of our rugs also have, like, this big lattice one has little loops on it. You might be thinking, what's this for? Well, it's kind of our glamping rug. So if you took this for a picnic, for example, you could stake it in place.
That is excellent.
Isn't that fantastic?
That is a very smart thing.
Camping, picnicking, all that stuff.
Or even, you know, the rug you leave in the trunk of your car so that you've got it every time you go to a park and what have you. I just want to talk really quickly about maintenance with outdoor rugs. They're fairly low maintenance.
Yes, and many of them are UV treated, so they're better in the sun. Yeah. But if it gets a stain on it, you a little soap and water, spot stain it. If you really want to give it a good clean and want to hose it down, it's always a good idea to let it dry.
Okay,
so
good stuff.